So episodes 13 and 14 finally wrapped up my Royal Nemesis, and thankfully a lot of the confusing pieces actually started making sense. So we finally got the explanation behind Seo-ri and Dan-shim. Panoorin nyo na lang yun dun sa separate video na in-upload ko. Episode 13 also gave us some really fun moments. I love the self-aware humor where Sori's character in historical drama gets sentenced to death by poison, then immediately starts spraying the poison back at everyone involved. Sobrang kwela nung part na yon, no? So, but the emotional highlight for me, I think, for episode 13 really was the dream sequence with the grandma scene, yung death ni grandma, no? But I feel like it could be shortened a little bit, though. Then, of course, the episode ends with absolute stress. Saksak si Se-gye, the shaman's warning comes back into play, and Shinsori realizes she may have to return to the past to sacrifice herself to prevent history from repeating itself, because that's exactly where episode 14 will take us. I actually like that the finale, episode 14, spent so much time back in Joseon era. I feel like it made the resolution feel earned. Shinsori finally confronts the unfinished tragedy from the past, chooses to save the Grand Prince, and ends up trapped in this strange in-between realm, or what I like to call the limbo, where fragments of her modern life slowly start finding their way back to her. Meanwhile, present-day Chasege finally remembers everything. And Chasege actually carried those emotional scenes. The museum sequence where he looks at the Kang Dan-shim portrait and tries to hold back his emotions was probably one of his strongest performances in the drama. I remember Moon Lover's Scarlet Heart ending. If you know, you know. Thankfully, unlike certain time travel dramas that left entire fandoms emotionally damaged for years, this chooses hope. Shinsori finds her way back. Mun-do naman gets his downfall, but I feel like medyo kulang, no? Gusto ko pa siyang gantihan. Si Ji-yeon naman and si Kang Nam, I think they got their happy ending too. And our main couple finally gets the peaceful future they've been fighting for. What I personally appreciated most about this drama is how self-aware it was throughout the entire run. You could spot little references and echoes of other Korean dramas. There were moments that reminded me of, Moon Lovers, Alchemy of Soul, My Dearest, Hotel de Luna, Bon Appetit, Your Majesty, and, even more recent fantasy romance shows, even Perfect Crown. So unlike Scarlet Heart or Moon Lovers, which basically traumatized an entire generation of K-drama fans, including myself, my Royal Nemesis feels like a reflection of how much the genre has evolved. Modern writers seem far more willing to reward viewers with emotional closure after taking them through all of that pain. So, sure, there are still plot holes. Sure, the time travel logic may not be perfect. Between Ji-yeon and Nam-jun's chemistry, the mix of comedy, fantasy, and a finale that actually sticks the landing, I had a great time with this one from start to finish.